It may seem like having a bad day is just a person thing, but bad days happen to animals too. The only difference is, sometimes they need just a bit of our help to get through something bad. Today, we continue our amazing series on the most incredible moments in which animals ask people for help. And now, let's get started. When this sea turtle was found with a buoy tied around its neck, a Florida man's fishing trip suddenly turns into a rescue operation. It seemed that these poor cats were out of luck. Their tails got frozen when they were in the snow, but a kind passerby noticed them and hurried to help. This young deer ended up in the water, being driven there by a pack of dogs. But was finally able to get out with the help of these kind fishermen. While kayaking along the coast, these adventure seekers came across a poor seagull with a fishing hook caught in its leg, so they decided to come to its help without any hesitation. A frightened owl needs help to free itself from a net that it accidentally landed in. Encountering a wolf in the wild can be very dangerous, but an encounter with this wolf caused this brave man to rush to its rescue without hesitation. This kind man shared his water with a very thirsty squirrel. This may be the first time a squirrel can afford bottled water. These two unfortunate coyotes became trapped in a pool partially filled with rainwater. A bystander, unable to free them on his own, decides to call animal services to help get the coyotes out of the pool. And so, with the help of special devices for trapping animals, workers of the Animal Welfare Service rescued the coyotes from the pool. Most people would not have the courage to save a dangerous lynx that had fallen into a trap, but luckily for the poor lynx, this man was not one of them. While out hunting, these two witnessed how a goat had fallen into the frozen water and could not get out on its own, so these two heroes acted immediately to save the poor animal. These local farmers decided to team up with construction workers to help pull a cow out that had fallen into an open manhole. Cats' acrobatic skills can sometimes take them to places that are difficult to get out of. And in this case, a person gladly came to the rescue. Lynx often fall prey to coyote traps, as what happened in this video, but thanks to this man, within a few minutes, the lynx was free. A mine is a very dangerous place, not just for people, but also for animals. It was in one of these places that a small deer was found, but fortunately for the rescuer, the deer was small enough that one person could easily lift it. A kayaker rowing with friends in Italy noticed a deer drowning in a raging river. The man decided not to waste any time and immediately went to the rescue and provided a happy ending. In Norway, a local resident risked his life in a heroic attempt to save a dog that had fallen under the ice. The man jumped in the water without hesitation to save the tired dog. This deer attempted to jump over a fence unsuccessfully, but luckily, the man spotted him and came to help. However, the deer was so heavy that another man also had to come to the rescue. These turtles were trapped under a layer of ice that had frozen while they were sleeping underwater. However, fortunately, they were saved and recovered thanks to the help of a kind person. When this farmer heard his dogs barking, he went out into the street and saw two goats entangled in the fence that could not get out. An adult goat had tried to help them, but could only harm the kids with his horns. Fortunately though, the man came to the rescue just in time and saved the little goats. This heroic woman risked her own life to save a dog who was on the verge of hypothermia, trapped in the middle of a frozen lake. In another fence-related accident, this deer got tangled as well, but fortunately, with his cries for help, he was able to attract the owners of the house, who immediately rushed to his aid. A brave group of firefighters put their own safety on the line in order to save a drowning dog. A man tied a rope to himself, and the whole team helped him pull the dog out of the water, and now the dog joyfully runs back to land. This lifeguard spotted a drowning deer and came to the rescue just in time. This poor swan was trapped on a frozen lake and unable to move. As time goes by, more and more spectators gather to watch the desperate swan until two brave men take the risk and go onto the ice to save it. This deer was trapped in a frozen river and could not get out until a man passing by in a kayak noticed him and decided to pull him to safety. This horse was stuck in a strong river after a flood and could not get to land until local rescuers came to help her. And here we have the incredible rescue of a tired horse trapped in an ice trap. When you go camping with your family, you don't expect one of your dogs to fall into a frozen pond, but this man would never abandon his pet. This deer attempted to make his way across a frozen lake, but because the ice was too slippery, he got stuck, sliding around every time he tries to move forward. But luckily for the deer, this brave man steps out onto the ice to help save him. These friends were swimming in a canyon when they spotted a poor sloth about to drown. The guys teamed up to save the sloth from the dangerous situation. These young children found an adorable little puppy wandering around the cemetery at night alone. She and her parents decided to take the puppy to a shelter, but at the shelter, they decided to take him home and help the puppy find a real family. The same thing happened to this cat, wandering the streets for many years, until one day, a girl gave him a new life in a new house. While out on a hike, two men encountered an unimaginable scene when they discovered a fawn covered in mud from head to toe. They used various tools at their disposal to carefully dig around the deer and free it, and after a while, they finally managed to free the fawn. This owl fell into a chimney and began calling for help. Fortunately, the residents of this house did not remain indifferent and hurried to its rescue. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed witnessing these beautiful moments, be sure to like the video. And if you want more content just like this, be sure to subscribe to our channel with notifications turned on. And I'll see you in the next video.